Welcome back, everybody. Defect is back and thicker than ever. Let's see what we can get up to with the new defect. Greed and a lot of gold. Shop here could be interesting. Niao's Fury. I wish I could, look at the card. We can go to the card library, maybe, and do Ancients colorless. Oh, it would be cards granted by Ancients. Um, this seems kind of lame. I don't like Eternal Curses. Let's do Niao's Fury again, I think. Then late shop could be interesting, but it also forces us to go to an early shop here. So I kind of don't like this path, especially that's like one elite. So let's see. I mean, we could go super aggressively and try to back two elites, or we could go combats and then double campfire elite, and then another double campfire elite, like here, here. Oh, never mind. Let's cross that. It would be like this. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, I think the defect is maybe a little bit better against the Shrinker Beetle than the other characters are, just because the orb damage doesn't get shrunk. Let's see what we can get from this. Okay, I'd rather just not take damage. Like if we hit you once, you'll die to lightning. Go for the eyes is nice. We need to think about AoE. Having some frost around seems like a good idea. Let's just do this. I don't think I had lethal there. This is the gain of strength and attacks. We need to think about AoE, and I just took a frost orb. That seems worthwhile, I think. We can get more block if we do this, and I'm not as worried about getting Hailstorm in play. Now, I have a tendency to think about things the wrong way and want to keep my passive ability around. Um, 3 strikes is enough. Instead of just dual casting for instant damage, I should be dual casting because it would take more than 5 turns to get the damage out of just a basic lightning orb. I'll take Go for the Eyes now. Weakness is nice. Colorless card reward or 1 of 5 cards to add to your deck. I like 1 of 5 random cards. Hmm. Lightning Rod is good just to get more orbs out there. This channels Frost though. And, obviously, our entire deck doesn't just need to be about Frost, but for now, I think that's a worthwhile upgrade. I mean, worthwhile take. Here, 2 weak. Deal 8 damage to all enemies. I kind of like that because, and it's possible I just die to the statue fella. Okay, our power will just take care of this guy. This is the end of our turn. Yes, the end of our turn. Um, and then we can just block for almost enough. As long as we have a frost orb, this guy basically isn't here, which I kind of like. That is a little awkward though. And this isn't for each frost orb. This is just if you have any frost orbs. It is nice that the power goes off before my passives though, because it means that when there's a fellow that's going to die to my power anyway, um, the lightning damage isn't wasted. I don't really like any of these. Like Claw is okay early. Maybe it's like a Frost Claw build. I wouldn't mind it being a Frost Claw build. I mean, Beam Cell would effectively, like, I don't have any big attacks. My biggest attack is either Strike or Cold Snap. They do the same damage, so Vulnerable doesn't seem that interesting. I feel like we already have enough AoE. I guess we're taking a Claw. Here, I like the dual cast upgrade, because if I have Frost, that's just a lot of block that I can pull out. And I haven't really gotten any block cards. Like, these are kind of block cards. This is kind of a block card. But dual cast being free just feels flexible to me. Okay, let's get this in play. It's okay if we take a little bit of damage here. That's free. This is also free. And then let's see what we get back. I want to still have my Frost Orb because it's dealing like more damage to this guy than a Lightning Orb would be. So I'm not going to dual cast there. We can save these until we have less health. We're almost blocking for half. This kills. Lantern is nice. Spinner. Add a zero cost copy of this card into your discard pile. So I would still have the first adaptive strike. I feel like with although this is more zero cost attacks to go with my claw. I feel like with the Frost Orb power, I don't really need Glass Orbs. Let's take an Adaptive Strike. I feel like it's important probably to have a big attack towards the start of your run. I feel like we can upgrade here. 23 damage seems nice. I will have to play it once though, but it's kind of like Sunder from the last game. I don't care that much about money right now, and I don't want to lose 18 HP. the most joyous adventure of your life, and you've made some truly great memories. Hmm. Now, is there anything here that's a better upgrade than just resting would be? I think 2 week makes a lot of sense when this is our only week application. Just having 2 turns a week seems nice. Poor sleep, unplayable retain. 8 max HP? Hmm. Retain means it only takes up a draw once. If I heal to full, it's possible that I can upgrade after this guy instead of resting. I don't really want to have a poor sleep, but I also am not seeing any great upgrade targets. Sure, give me a random relic. That's all right. Okay, this fella is why I am happy to have my AoE power. Thank you, Horncleat. You are wonderful. That allows me to do this and this, and we don't take any damage. And hopefully I'm able to get my power in play here. I am. This is 4 damage, this is 3 damage. So let's kill you with this. And then it goes, this guy's attacking, this guy's buffing, this guy's attacking, this guy's buffing. I'm pretty sure. So let's try to begin to take out one of the guys who is attacking, I think. Oh, I targeted somebody who was buffing. Whoops. This is either 1 or 2 kills. Okay, these guys are both dead. And then this should cause you to also be dead. And I don't even think I take damage from the infection. Yeah, nice. Strike dummy is nice. Random power is free to play. I kind of like that. And I don't even think I lost any HP there. So let's just make this free. And it'll just be we get a random power every combat. Okay, definitely doing this. Make the guy who is hitting me harder weak. Snowstorm should just be able to take out the followers, I think. So I could just defend. I could also just defend after I do this. But there could be, yeah, better things like this. And then, yeah, we just defend. And I think we overall net more block there by doing that. Okay, now these guys should definitely just die to that. And I can just go full defense mode. I'm only taking 15. I probably should have played the zap there. Whoops. Okay. This is a very offensive hand. Okay, I want this to be playable. This is more damage. And we're still doing damage to everybody. Can this get you below 14? It cannot. So in that case, we'll just focus you. We'll take the 17, but it should be alright. And then these two are just dead whenever I end my turn next time. Oh, I didn't know you had a Biden blast. Okay, I don't need to dual cast because these guys are just dead. It cannot be. This is great. And then I think we just block. Probably do this. And that's alright. I don't really want to play the 2-cost card after I play it once. Nice. All 0-cost cards from your discard pile into your hand. Obviously, good with Claw, but now that we have an Adaptive Strike, I don't really want a second Adaptive Strike because, like, I already get a second Adaptive Strike when I play my first Adaptive Strike. And currently, Voltaic is not doing a whole lot. I've seen some builds that, like, this is the win condition because when you upgrade it, it no longer exhausts, but I think it's all for one for now. Greetings, Beep. Not here to annoy me? What an unusual little construct. Costs 0? And we can't remove it. Costs 0, though, with all for one? Or 4 wax relics. What sort of act are we looking at here? We've got... Let's look at elites. Okay, looks like we can get 2 elites this act. Max. Strikes do deal more damage. I'd love to be able to spend my gold. So, I mean, if we do this 2 elite path, we can't go to this shop. If we do this 2 elite path, we have to go to the shop. I think I'm fine with that. And given that I have Strike Dummy, I kind of like this with my all for one. Even though it might not be the best move. Let's see what power I get. Sure. Love getting a 3-cost power. And then I can just play everything in my hand. And we take 1 damage. That's not incredible. We can probably just start with one of these. Get some of them back. Okay, well. Maybe you play a power channel 1 lightning. I was kind of hoping to draw all for one here because next turn everything just gets shuffled. Okay, this is free. This does enough to stun you. And then I guess we can get that in play. Yeah, because now my draw pile's empty, which is unfortunate, but that's alright. Excuse me. This is another 0-cost card. I don't really have lightning synergy. I know I did, but that's just because I happened to get creative AI. Boost away. I like boost away. That seems decent. Retain your hand on the first turn of combat. First time you draw a status card, draw 2 cards. Random attack from your draw pile is interesting. I feel like I already have an expensive attack. Retain your hand. I could go for removing defend. They're like my only defense cards right now. Although I am trying to frost max. Gain 5 regen. This exhausts, so it's not really good with all for one. This gives me 4 plating at the start of combat. That could be interesting. Yeah, let's remove a defend. And then retain my hand on the first turn of combat. What does that help me accomplish besides just having more options on the second turn of combat? I don't really see it helping me accomplish that much. Although if I do draw something like Adaptive Strike that I don't want to play because I'm getting hit, that allows me to save it for turn 2 where I get blocked from Horncleat. I think that's worthwhile. And then I think a Swift Potion also makes sense. Okay, we want to go this way. Okay, not the best turn 1. We can hit the fellow who's buffing. We're taking 11, currently blocking 8. So I think we do this, and then probably just this, even though it's not that great in this combat, where they can only take up to 9 damage at once. Definitely this. Definitely this, because you are just going to be dead. Oh, that's nice. So I could bring back, honestly, a lot of stuff. Let's hit you, because you're buffing, and I'm already blocking enough for you. Hit you again. Hit you again. You can get go for the eyes. And I don't really want another daze. So I can bring this back with all for one, if I'm not getting attacked on the first turn. It also sticks around for turn 2 if I'm getting hit for a lot on turn 2. I kind of like that. I regret everything. If I just do this, I can do this to bring this back so I can retain it, and I can do that to get a frost. This debuff is something else entirely. Taking 21, this would put me up to, I'm currently blocking 16. So this blocks me for enough, and then I can just do whatever damage this can do. We can just, we'll save dual cast because it's not being affected by me being tender. Um, so we can do all of these first, and then when we already have like none strength, we can dual cast. And we don't need boot sequence yet. Man, you really just hit every turn? Okay, we can white noise and hailstorm at the end. Go for the eyes is probably less about damage and more about blocking. So let's, I mean, it doesn't matter which order I do this in, but we can block first, and then this still deals some damage, so we can do that. Whenever you create a status channel random orb. Honestly, that's fine. And we take 3 here, but I feel like we're in a good spot. Surely this, yeah. What do I need extra energy for? I don't know. Let's see. Glacier is an incredible card. I don't think I need this. I mean, what were my other 2 options there? Like subroutine and like Claw Plus, I think. But I think Glacier is where it's at. And then haven't really been feeling like I don't have enough energy. Maybe though, maybe we don't need this when we have Droplet of Precognition. Okay. I feel like this is a pretty easy strike claw. Boot sequence, defend, all for one. Strike claw. And I'm taking 7 here. I could put... I was gonna say I could put Glacier into my hand, but honestly I'm kind of wondering about just putting Adaptive Strike into my hand. Oh, I think it was a hologram. And I think the hologram would have been good with all for one. But I think the Glacier made more sense. I think it might be Adaptive Strike, just to get the ball rolling a little faster in our favor. I already have enough block. Okay, so I've got some good cards in here. Best would probably be all for one. So let's see what we can get done with the Neos Fury. This is great. And then we can afford Glacier and Hailstorm. Let's see what White Noise gives us. Coolant. That's interesting. I don't know if it's like amazing. Taking 27, blocking 12. This would give me another 5 block. So I'd go from taking 15 to taking 10. Or I could start dealing 8 damage per turn. I think in a single target fight, I'd rather just try not to take as much damage. Of course, you're not attacking anymore. Wonderful. We can zap and then dual cast. I probably should have dual cast and then zap. Pen block. This gives me a partial refund. And then I can go up to 14, 16 block and take 10. Yeah. What does this do again? Start of your third turn, gain a strength and a dex. There have been so many of these. First time you draw a status each turn, draw 2 cards. I mean, we're not really creating statuses, though. It's pretty much just Boost Away that does that. And do I really care about another Cold Snap? I don't think so. I think we just had kind of bad draw order there. I would like Glacier to be upgraded. Remove a card. What card would I run to remove? Basic Defend. I feel like we didn't have enough defense last time. Or heal and add a Metamorphosis. Free to play this combat. Should work nicely with all for one. And this is a good heal. Marbles seems nice. Do I want to lose Adaptive Strike? I don't think so. I think we're going 0 cost build. Yeah, move a defense. That's fine. 5 random attacks into your draw pile. Free to play. Yeah, I mean, that just on average causes All for One to bring back more stuff. It's been said before, I dislike that artifact no longer makes a sound upon activation. I don't want there to be statuses in my deck. So I think, can I kill you before the end of next turn? Or should I try to kill you before the end of 2 turns from now? And I think with having Horncleat next turn, we can just go all out on trying to kill this fella. Maybe. Okay, we're blocking 13, taking 16. Yeah, I think we do that. Nice. That went down exactly as we drew it up. Dang, okay. That's fine. I love that that exhausts and doesn't come back around, even though, you know, probably didn't get that much of a chance to. Yeah, definitely this. This sounds like block to me, but this sounds like more block and also gettable with All for One. Okay. B, fella. Um, this feels worth doing. Especially with the vulnerable. That's wonderful that it just immediately gave it to me back. And we are taking 4 here, but that's fine. Like, it's an elite combat. You're gonna take some damage. Now, that being said, we can bring back Claw, Strike, Strike, Adaptive Strike. And then I can't play Glacier, but I can play Cold Snap, and I'm blocking 18. Yeah, that seems good enough. We're getting some dazes, but this is just such a good turn to deal damage with that All for One draw that hopefully the end of the fight, the rest of the fight is still doable. We're getting rid of 3 dazes this turn. And that puts you on 1, so you just die to this anyway. Nice. We only took 3 damage there. Okay. Feral. First time you plan a 0 cost attack each turn, return it to your hand. I love this MS Paint art, by the way. We are kind of 0 cost attack maxing, so I think that's worthwhile. Okay, I can deal 39 damage. So if I just do this, you're not dealing any damage to me anymore. And I feel like you're so doable, especially if I have Frost Orbs, that I kind of want to focus you. Let's see what White Noise gives me. Machine Learning is great. Okay, I'm already blocking, so we can just do this. And I think we're good. So currently taking 15, blocking 2, blocking 10. This would be blocking 12. So this seems worthwhile to do into this. And then if we do this, we can play this, and you're just dead. And we can just end our turn. Reduce this card's cost to 0. That is what we are doing. Does this help or does this just dilute? Play a random attack from your draw pile. I think that causes the played attack to be put in the discard pile. I really don't think I want any of these though. And we're only missing 4 HP. I want you to cost 1, because we are so often going to be playing 0 cost attacks. Like right now. These two will retain, so I'd rather keep them around. Draw 1 fewer card each turn, but when I play all for 1, it returns all of my discarded 0 cost cards anyway. I kind of like this. I feel like the draw doesn't negatively impact me that much. Let's get this in play. Hit you, hit you, hit you. I feel like we can save the boot sequence, so I'd rather just boost away. Okay, this feels like a good go for the eyes. Oh, and we can make you weak for 4 turns, which is even better. Let's see what I can draw first. This seems like a great Glacier turn. Okay, hit for 18, blocking for 17. I feel like we don't need to dual cast. Okay, I want Adaptive Strike 0 costs to be around. This helps me block for full, and then I can do this. And I feel like every time we have a claw in hand and another 0 cost, if it's an adaptive strike, it probably makes more sense to play the adaptive strike and get it back. This is a good setup turn. Sure. We can do this, and then 0 cost all for 1 is like borderline infinite territory. We definitely need to play need to be able to play more than 3 cards per turn. How many do we have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 0 cost cards in my discard pile. So I'm not going to be able to even hold all of them. Let's do this to draw some cards. Now, before I play any draw cards, I want to all for 1 because I want to put all those in my hand, and if I draw anything, it won't work. So let's shatter. And then all for 1 for all my stuff back. Hit him a bunch. Make him weak again. Taking 22. Blocking 15. This takes me up to 23 block. Definitely hit you. Draw 0 cards. Kind of unfortunate, but I think all of that was done in the right order, regardless. And I should have another all for 1 in here. Yeah. Okay, this deals damage. This draws me a card that I could be able to play again with all for 1. Let me just hit you. Draw 0 cards. definitely a boot sequence, and I'm grateful that I waited. I mean, we can play this. It does nothing to help or hinder me. Um, yeah. I feel like this went really well. Like, I took a lot of damage on that turn, but like that entire fight, I feel like I played extraordinarily well. Reboot is interesting. We do that with the hopes that we draw zero cost cards. If this card is in our hand at the end of our turn and we need more block, pretty much. That's like the use case. I don't really want to lose 3 focus. I feel like reboot is takeable. Does it help me that much? It kind of just extends the lifespan of like our big turn with all for one. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Gain energy at the start of each turn. Vaku plays our first turn for us. Lose 9 HP at 3 apparitions. Apparitions are good, especially with frost orbs. Or when you encounter the merchant, immediately obtain everything he sells. This might be kind of crazy because so many of my cards cost 0, but also because so many of my cards cost 0, I kind of don't care if Vaku plays my first turn. Because he just plays cards, he does his best to play cards left to right. And I also think it's funny when Vaku plays your first turn for you. So I think we just do that. Okay, let's look at elites. We could get 2 on the right side or 1 on the left side. I'm feeling kind of strong. We've got a late-ish shop here too. Sure, let's do it. Oh. Oh, but Vaku is gonna play boot sequence every time. Yeah, that's true. Not worth adding the days because we're already not taking damage. Let's just Metamorphosis. Again, 0 cost all for 1 is incredible. Okay, I definitely need you to be weak. And more weak is fine. Let's hotfix first before we dual cast. So that way, all for 1 can do more hotfix. Here this is worth doing, and then we can dual cast again. Now, do I want to take 7, or do I want to just use a potion? So if I am going to use a potion, none of these guarantee a kill. And, like, this might be lightning something, but I probably should have just played fish oil. But I feel like taking 7 is... Oh, thank you, lightning orb. Attack skill and power into your hand, they're free to play this turn. I don't really think we need this energy. I mean, it's ironic that I'm saying that after taking the whispering earrings. Uh, that's just an upgrade. It's like a side grade kind of, but charged battery seems nice. Like more block cards. I feel like if anything, we're kind of short on block. Oh, Vaku, you needed to play the... What happens if I do this? Does Vaku play these two? Doesn't. That is almost kill. It might be a kill. But at least we're blocking. Yeah, at least we're blocking for enough. So Vaku didn't play my entire first turn for me. I kind of wonder about that being a bug, or if that's how they intended for that to work. Okay, getting hit for 24, blocking for 14. I have enough energy to just play all the cards in my hand, so I guess we can just ice you. This deals less damage, so we can use it to take care of the guy with 1, and may as well play that. And that would have been huge. Trust. Okay, Beam Cell Plus. Now that I actually have some big attacks, that makes decent sense to me. Wonderfully played, Baku. No notes. Although, like, Sturdy Clamp would be great. You're dealing more damage. Let's see what White Noise is. Sure. We can deal 4 and then 13, which is not lethal. You're dealing more damage, though. So we definitely just do this, and then kill you with one of those. Hailstorm sounds great. I feel like this is definitely feral. Gain block. We're not doing the hailstorm stuff, but that's fine. Getting hit for 19, blocking for not enough. That could have been enough. Maybe I should have done that. Okay. Trigger all lightning against the enemy. Something I don't really like about the wording on some of the cards is when it, like, I don't really understand the distinction between some cards say the enemy and some cards say this enemy. And the sounds like, in a multi-hit fight, it's just the enemy versus if it were to say this enemy and means specifically that. That being said, you're dealing more damage, so I'd like to get closer to killing you. It looks like it did mean specifically this enemy, which is, why I don't understand why it says the enemy instead of this enemy. We end up taking... Oh, none. Thank you, Hellstorm. This kills an enemy, gain a bunch of energy. I should be trying to kill this guy? I don't know. Gain a bunch of energy, I guess. Channel lightning, reboot. This is block. Probably should have played my duplicator, I guess. Yeah, I would love... Oh, thank you, Hellstorm. Oh, I forgot you had another stack. We have 0 cost cards in here. We do. I would love a skim. I don't feel like I need any of these. Yeah, wonderfully played, Vaku. Good job. You did it. 0 cost attack. Definitely hotfix, and then this deals more damage. Deals 4 more damage each time. We're not currently blocking for enough. And I don't really have a way to draw. I could do this. Well, I have enough energy to play everything in my hand, so we're definitely doing that. And then I could do this so that I can cold snap and dual cast my cold snap. And now we are blocking for enough. And now All for One goes kind of nutty, especially with Feral. So I'd rather play this first, and it then did not return to my hand because everything else was busy trying to return to my hand. That should be fine though. I think he's just dead. Yeah. I don't think I'll have energy to play this ever. I don't think I need another Hailstorm because our build is kind of moving away from that, and I don't think I need Sweeping Beam. Vuln Potion. This fish oil that I've had since 4-1. I definitely have not been needing more energy. And we already talked about why I don't think I need any of those. Oh, well, if we're gonna do that, then may as well, right? Like, I can easily just buy out the potions here. Let's click on you. I don't need that. Are there... This is like 4 HP once. Strikes and defends gain ethereal. This is pretty much like... I don't want my defense to be ethereal. So many of my attacks are free. So this is draw. Definitely feel like these are worth buying. Put it in an attack from your draw pile into your hand exhaust. This could give me... What did I just take? Impatience? This could give me All for One. I don't feel like any of these are really it. I could just get more max HP. Get that so I can grab All for One. And then I'm still just keeping my eye out for a seek, pretty much. That's more draw. Sometimes. One card every roughly 6 turns. No point in resting. I think it's an impatience upgrade. Because I will often play all of my attacks in my hand. I feel like this is worth popping. Blocking for 11, taking 17. Yeah, let's pop that. I mean, it could be buffer, or it could just be creative AI. Like, I feel like I have so much additional energy. And, like, I could buffer to avoid losing 6 HP, but... Echo form, you say? Yeah, I think so. Now, something I've seen as I've watched people who are better than me at this play the game is that the ethereal kind of doesn't matter that much. Cool-headed could draw something that I couldn't play and that I really wanted to play, but it didn't. And I can now play all of these. And like this guy just hits you for a lot. So like you can focus him, and if you lose some cards to ethereal, you'll be alright. Now, something I really would not like to draw is... Oh, have I already... Yeah, I had All for One in my opening hand. I guess Adaptive Strike would be kind of bad. Like, none of these are terrible to draw. Nope, not reboot. Impatience. Glacier is kind of rough, but another thing I was thinking about is the fact that I had. Okay, well, Glacier is still kind of rough, but is the fact that I had that reboot um to like have the opportunity to randomize my cards again. Um, Hailstorm makes a lot of sense. All for One is in here now. So let's Feral, and then we can claw you, and you're dead. Why did that come back again? The first 2 times you play a zero cost attack. Why do I have 2 Ferals? Why did that happen? I am not entirely sure. That being said, I feel like I'd rather you were dead first. Let's grab All for One. Oh shoot, I forgot that I didn't have very many cards in my discard pile. So we're just tanking 1917 here. Thank you, Frostorb. That's alright though. We can make both of you. Oh, I played Echo Form and then I played Feral first on one of my turns. Okay. We can make both of you vulnerable. Make you vulnerable for longer. Make you weak. This almost blocks her enough. We can start channeling glass. Sure. I'd rather have a dazed in my deck than use an HP. Powers with Echo Form makes a lot of sense to me. This is the most block I can gain. Ten damage twice. Channel 2 glass. I can play this 4 times total, because the first one will be doubled and then it will come back twice. So that's definitely enough. Oh, whoops. Either way, I don't think I needed anything from that card reward anyway. Enchant a card that exhausts with Soul's Power. You exhaust, kinda don't really care. You exhaust, and Vaku always gets rid of you. You exhaust. Again, kinda don't really care. You exhaust, and you exhaust. But my hand is only so big. I'm doing this just to not take the curse. Like, I don't feel like I could get a great deal of value out of. Dang, is that's enough? Bro got tired. Bro got finished. It was like, nah, screw this. You're going infinite. I don't want any part in this anymore. Feral sounds great. We'll see what White Noise is. Capacitor, sure. I'm probably going to have Frost in future turns, especially after I do that. Yeah, this is mostly just annoying because it means that like my hand has a bunch of crap in it that sticks around. I have not in the videos I've watched, I have never seen Vaku say that's enough and stop playing your first turn. That's pretty funny. Um, with Feral, I can get rid of your artifact. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Definitely just hit you. No attacks are in hand. This is blocked because it's +2 to each of these and to that one. This is, also blocked. Taking 40, blocking 23. Yeah, give me 2 cards. Draw me a card. Now, if I evoke all of my orbs, that gives me 28 block. That seems worthwhile to me, especially on a turn where I've already hotfixed. We got a 0 cost all for one. Dude, the second I get 2 0 cost all for ones and draw them in the correct order, it's just instantly an infinite. We can do this. Channel more frost, hit you. Definitely want to gain energy next turn. I mean, I kind of don't care if that's in my discard pile, and I kind of would rather keep them around until he's actually attacking, so. Okay, yeah, so this is the part where having 4 burns in hand sucks. Let's draw a card. Let's draw another card. More burns, wonderful. He's gone anyway. Hotfix upgrade is nice. I did want that upgraded. When a status card is created, reduce this card's cost to 0. So the people I've been watching, they've been playing on the beta branch, and I think they reworded this to when you create a status card, reduce this card's cost to 0 until played. Oh, when a status card is created, reduce this card's cost to 0 this turn. How often am I going to be playing all for one and it brings back boost away, which lets me create a daze? I just like that this has draw associated, to be honest. So I feel like we can take that. Really, bro? You just chose a strike. You could have gotten all for one. That wouldn't have done anything. Plus, it means I get to choose how to use the all for one. Okay. Hotfix Great Glacier. That's an additional 6 block from Hotfix. We definitely want this. Taking 32, blocking 34. So we're good on block. I think we want the punch construct to be dead first. There should be a lot of 0 cost cards in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, well, I could hold those 4 cards right now, so if I play these cards, it doesn't matter. And I should play them first. So you have more health. We're gonna kill him. Um, with that. And we can do this. And we can do this. Taking 16, blocking for 4. Blocking for 10. We can boost away. Okay, that didn't bring back anything I needed, but it's fine. Or more accurately, anything I could use. That's fine. I can just kill you with 2 beam cells. Capacitor makes hotfix better. And we already have enough 0 cost cards. And I really like that it's a capacitor plus. Now, is there anything worth upgrading? Rocket Punch, deal 14 damage, draw 2 cards. Oh, I'm seeing a flaw in my logic where if I'm playing all for one, it's not going to bring this back unless I've already created a status. So that's kind of my bad, but is it just a heal angle here? I didn't even look at who I'm fighting. Test subjects? No, I don't think we need to heal. Okay. This is kind of a turn that I am concerned about Vaku playing for me. Yeah, especially because he played a bunch of skills. You only have 100 health though, so I think we'll be all right. And we have Fairy, which is another reason I didn't rest. We have Feral, so we can Meteor Strike twice. It seems pretty good. Yeah. I thought that we were about to not be able to play all of our cards. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that I never got like a skim or anything like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zero cost cards. 8 zero cost cards. What if I do this and get Rocket Punch? It only deals 1. Do I have any other way to draw? Not really. Cool-headed. I feel like that's worthwhile. Definitely hot fix, because then this gives us more block. I should have beam celled first. That's my bad. I was a little impatient. I do have an attack in my hand. That's my bad. I'm not too worried about this fella's phase 3 though. Especially with 3 additional energy. I'm just going to play this because it draws a card. It doesn't even deal damage, and it doesn't even cost 0, but and then we still have a turn worth of energy, so we may as well do that. This gives us more energy, I guess, which isn't incredible, but that's fine. We can exhaust the slime, just get another copy of Adaptive Strike. Okay, taking a lot here. I have enough health though, and I played literally every card I saw, so I don't know if I would have been able to do better than that. Let's just draw a bunch. Let's do Flex Potion. Yeah, I should have done Flex Potion first. Let's draw a card. Let's bring a card back. Let's hit you, hit you, hit you. Impatience. Make you weak. You are already weak. Probably should have also done that because it's for the entire remainder of the fight. I am blocking enough to not set off Fairy, which is good. I will not be able to kill next turn though, because I don't believe that I'll be able to hit this guy 60 or rather 59 times. So I'm glad I have a lot of Frost. What can I get? What am I gonna get, rather, when I play all for one? Impatience. That's probably the best thing that I'm gonna get. It could bring back Rocket Punch, but I feel like I already have too many zero costs in here for it to consistently bring back everything. We could channel 3 plasma. I don't want to channel through plasma though. I'd rather just do what damage I can and keep these frost orbs around for when I draw a hotfix next turn. Yeah, it's impossible for me to not draw a hotfix next turn. Because if I don't, then I have to draw the slime, and then my last card is hotfix. Unless he's adding these to my draw pile, which might make me cry. This is just 3 damage and adds a slime. It's possible that the slime is draw neutral enough that our energy makes it fine. Definitely want to gain, this is effectively gaining 12 block. Oh, nice. What are you doing here? Random garbled lines. Repair you? Make me smack. Let's see, we've done 100 billion. Pretty good. 10% of the way to a trillion. Epoch unlocked. Let's see what we unlocked. Orobus. Attracted by the now burning spire, Orobus' curiosity was piqued. The light gone. Why gone? Safe to enter? Orobus enters. Living rainbow. The blight stopped consuming. The ground, dry and brittle, begins to moisten. The clouds around the spire douse the lands. Sunlight pierces through newly formed cracks in the clouds. It has been done. Someone had slayed the spire. Is this back in the day, or is this in Slay the Spire 2? Powdered Demise, gain turn block, next turn gain turn block. Choose a card, it's free to play this combat. In the scrapyard, the defect pondered its fate and purpose. Is it being okay at a host of functions not desirable? Do we all need to excel at a distinct function while processing these questions? Another construct. The defect has a friend now, and their name is Flaw. Data disk. At the start of each combat, channel dark. Start each combat with 1 focus. First time you channel 7 orbs, each combat deal 30 damage to all enemies. Interesting. Defect and Flaw fast became friends and exited the scrapyard. It was sad there. They returned to the Spire's mid-floors and are met with massive bug infestation. The pair get to work in an attempt to reduce the bugs to a reasonable level. Gain 2 focus, channel dark for each of your orb slots, or gain 2 orb slots. Understandable. It can change, still curious. It can change ascensions to make runs progressively harder. Niao resurrected the defective construct, no simple feat even for an ancient. Your creator abandoned you, hides at the top. The defect thinks Niao and heads to the top seeking answers. What happened to Flaw? Loop. Trigger your rightmost orb at the start of your turn. 10 damage, 2 weak, 1 dark. That might be trying to do too much, but we'll see. This sounds interesting. Like, end of your turn, evoke your leftmost orb. That, like, lets you keep your dark orbs at the start, at the front of your orb slots, and continue to channel orbs, because they won't push the darks out. Kind of interesting. The Daily. A being of immense power exercises his mastery of form and space once a day, shifting the very nature of the spire. Okay, either it's Casey or it's Anthony. Cool. You can now play a randomized challenge once per day. Like they didn't need to make lore for the daily challenge. That's fine though. And I'm sure they'll refine all the Epoch lore and everything. That being said, thanks for watching. I had a great time playing as the Defect for the first time, and I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.